Hello YouTube, it's DrunkMonk74 and I'll just bring you a real quick weapon review of the McMillan CS5. So this is how I've got it set up. So I'm still undecided between these two sights, the SN8, the speed reticle, and the ST10 with the scale reticule. I know which one I'm leaning towards. It'll be the ST10. I'm just used to the crosshairs, I think, and it gives me a little bit more agility. But more of that later. The barrel assembly and the receiver group all set up for range. The muzzle definitely take off the silencer. The magazine, there's not much you can do with that. And this is a paint job, and that's how the gun looks. So let's get on with the review. So I guess one of the first things I want to say about this gun is that I think it's the best way of describing it with regards to the other weapons in the class is it's much more elegant. For me anyway, it requires more skill than any of the other weapons in this class to be successful with this weapon, to be aggressive with this weapon. Whatever you want to say, if you want to be a team player, if you want to play the objective. This weapon, it's gonna require you to have a little bit more skill than any of the other ones. There's no surprise if you play on PC, for example. There's no surprise that people, admins, are just banning attack 50 because, to be fair, you could shoot someone in their little pinky and you'd get a kill. It doesn't take that much skill. It also just seems to be especially for players, the type of players that tend to be using that a lot at the moment, seem to be the ones who don't want to play the objective. All they're caring about is their stats, their kill death ratio. So they're sitting miles from the objective. They're out of harm's way. They're glitching away trying to get the little headshots and stuff. And to be fair, if you've got a fire team buddy like that, that's bad enough because if you have to spawn on them, then you have to sprint half the length of the map just to get back to where the rest of your team is to get somewhere near an objective to back them up. Worse still though, if you've got 3, 4, or 5 of them on your team, you basically got no hope. You won't. Doesn't matter what sort of game mode you're playing. You're not going to win that game mode with those sort of players on your team. So I can see why people are banning them, and it's a shame that the game is not supported anymore because that weapon, in my view, really definitely does need some sort of a nerf, a patch just to fix it up. So and to put that into perspective, the CS5 max damage you'll get with the CS5 if you don't get the headshot, max damage upper body is just going to be 60. That's the max damage you're going to do. So you really do want to be getting those headshots. You have to get those headshots if you want to get the kill. If you don't want to be giving away your position with every shot, you do need to be getting the kills. And I will say right now, I am not the best sniper. Generally, if I snipe, I will be using a semi-auto because I'm just not good enough with a bolt action. I just thought I'd do this review because and it made me play a bit out of my comfort zone. I'm not used to sniping with bolt actions. And like I said, I'm just not good enough with them, so I generally tend to stay away from them. I know my limitations, and I try not to. I want to do well for my team. I want to play objective, and I want to do well for myself. So generally, I'll try and stick to guns or weapons classes that I'm comfortable with. So this was definitely me stepping out of my comfort zone, and so you don't have to listen to me about how I play or play how I play or do what I do. It's just how I can be half alright at this class, that's all. So generally what I try and do is I try and play to the class its strengths, which is medium to long range engagements, but I still try and push up with my team. You saw my teammates in front of me there. I try and cover them, so wherever they're whatever objective they're trying to get to, if I can't get to the objective, I try and provide them cover. So I know my teammates went down there. I also know some of them were thinking about going to centre, so I'm trying to cover them from up here for that reason. And that's how I generally tend to play, especially with the bolt actions. If I wanted to be, generally I find it very hard to play like this because I am naturally a little bit more of an aggressive player. So generally I would be using a semi-auto like the LaRue. But I'll probably do a little review on that another time. But this is a prime example. Again, I should have had that as 2 shots I've had at him. Blatantly his mate has got a very good idea where I am now, and I'm dead. So they're right there. That's a good example of why I don't use bolt actions. This clip here is what I was talking about earlier on. It's a real good example of the difference in the two sights I was talking about. So this one right here is the SN8, I believe it was, the speed reticle, and it's got a little circle in the middle, as you can see. That's what you want to be planting on someone's head if you want to be getting those headshots. It gives you slightly more magnification than the ST10 sight. But it does suffer on agility, and I think a combination of the fact that you've got a little round circle instead of crosshairs and the loss of agility, I think those two things combined probably mean that I would have to recommend the ST10 sight, and you're about to see that in action now. So this is the ST10 sight. Crosshairs, just so much more comfortable with crosshairs, putting crosshairs on a person. That's just me. I'm just so much more comfortable doing that. Maybe I'm old school, or maybe I'm just old. I don't know, but that's just what I found more comfortable. So I generally do tend to use that. You don't have quite as much magnification, but then again, like I said, I don't want to be camping at the back of a map. I don't want to be sat miles from the objective. I want to be pushing up with my team. It doesn't mean I'm going to rush around, and like as you can see now, I'm trying to play a little bit slow and steady. Sometimes you get lucky, you can get like a little quick headshot or something like that. For me anyway, that's more luck than judgment, so I generally tend not to rush in. And this is probably a little bit more the pace that I would play at when I'm using a bolt action. And it's a constant struggle for me to be playing at this sort of pace all the time. I'm constantly forcing myself. No, don't rush in. Don't just sit back, provide cover. That's what you're there for. Stop trying to, but then eventually, I will get a rush of blood. And I'll rush in, and I'll either get a lucky headshot, or get a lucky couple of kills, or I'll die. And this is a good example. Like here, I could have stayed up a little bit further, but no, rush of blood came to me. I rushed down here. It didn't work out too bad in this instance. Again, I can promise you this is not always how it happens. I'd also recommend don't do snapshotting like I just did there. Take your time a little bit and pick your shots, and you will get those heads. If you can get those headshots, you'll get the kill. Anyway, for now, that's me. I'm done. I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.